Very, very tight.
Hello!
Fastlane!
Change is doing the same thing that he always does. Looks into the mic and says one word and is very weird about it. There he is. He's touching you now. I hope you like that. Hope you like that, Diamonds. Welcome in, you
I know you do.
We are doing predictions for probably one of the worst cards I have seen. At least this year. Yeah, we're doing WWE Fastlane today. I am semi-stoked about maybe like 2 matches, but for the rest of it, it's just kind of like, eh. Patrick won Wrestle Dream. If you look up right here, you can see I updated. So on this main page, we're going to have the scores of who won pay-per-views. So Patrick won Wrestle Dream by 2 points. I took a lot of chances on that pay-per-view, though. I voted for Julia Hart. I believe I even said MJF was going to lose the belts. I
think you and I both did.
Yeah, you did too. That's why you lost to... You were second.
Oh.
Yeah, the match that cost it for you was the the tag belts. But yeah, I mean, I just figured honestly, the pay-per-view was super predictable, but I didn't want to predict it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually noticed that, Diamonds, today I was looking at Discord, like right when I was getting ready to put together the layout for today. I was like, oh, Diamonds like didn't send me the things. Like, I don't expect you to, but I almost kind of do, because you just do it randomly. Even when we weren't streaming for like a month, you still sent me them. But yeah, you didn't send me this, and I was just like, oh yeah, because the card fucking blows.
It's 5 matches. Maybe 6 if they announce one on SmackDown.
And the thing is there's no match that they can make right now that'll save this pay-per-view for me. Like, this just looks like a crap pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Especially if certain outcomes happen, it ruins the pay-per-view for me. But we'll get into that. But yeah, welcome in. I hope everyone is having a good day. We're heading into the weekend. There's a cat. Yeah, Shane, I've already said a lot about what I think about this pay-per-view. You got any opinions on this great card? Okay, Shane.
Yeah, I'm apparently loud.
I turned you up because someone said you were low last time. Okay.
Well, that's okay.
Let's see how that works out. I just turned you down a little bit.
Okay, well, I mean, we're on the fast lane now. The fast lane to WrestleMania. That's what this pay-per-view is made for, except now we're on the fast lane to Survivor Series because this pay-per-view got moved to October for some reason. So, yay, it's a fast lane. We're going fast.
Said you were still loud, but
okay,
I turned him down a little bit more because he's not that loud in my headphones. That's the thing. I can't gauge it that well. But
right.
We're working on a different system as well. We're going to move from Discord to possibly something else because Shane's mic only sounds like this on Discord. Like,
right. As much as people may think my microphone sucks, it doesn't suck. I spent good money on this thing, and it is very good quality. Only for Discord to be ruining it right now.
Yes, and if you would like to know what he sounds like, you can go follow him over at ChefSwag06 on Twitch. You can also follow me on the Ghastly Gengar on Twitch. I have taken a break from streaming for a bit until I can actually work out a schedule that fucking works. Because I have 3 channels now. It's cool.
Yep.
I work with one other channel called East Coast Gamers. They play board games and stuff if you like them. They're actually not called East Coast Gamers anymore. They're called Everybody Can Game. I play Blood on the Clock Tower with them. They're really cool dudes. And women. There's a lot of people. But I play games with them. I do my own thing. And then I have this. I have a 4th channel that someone was talking to me about that I'm probably going to say no to because I just don't have the fucking time.
Good. It's good to say no sometimes.
I have to.
I say no all the time.
Honestly, fuck this channel. I'm gone.
Hi, guys.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the predictions. Again, we already kind of talked about it. The card's not looking too good. I think there's a couple. Yeah, no, there's a couple of decent matches on here. But Well, yeah, let's just go. Um,
Going.
let's start with this match. It's
Oh,
happening.
oh boy.
It's a
It's
match
happening.
that's happening.
It's
I
a
don't
thing.
I don't care. I'm sorry. This is gonna be like the worst predictions video we've ever made. Because honestly, like, I care about Rey Mysterio. I'm very happy that he is the United States champion. I like that. I like that it's happening. I wish the title was on the line against a single person in a singles match, but it's not. The LWO versus, I don't think they call them the Hurt Business. Have they called them the Hurt Business yet?
No. And on Wikipedia, our very useful, very accurate website, it just has them listed as Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Yeah. So we're going LWO versus the Hurt Profits, and that's a great name. I like that. Came to
Great
me.
name.
Came to me in a dream.
Trademark it now.
Diamonds. Yeah, I mean, it could. The thing is, I think Cedric Alexander and with Shelton Benjamin being fired, they might just want to go a different direction. But Hurt Profits sounds kind of cool. I kind of like that.
Does.
Either way, in any other scenario, I would say like, oh, the team with a champion is gonna win. But no. Like, Rey Mysterio's not gonna eat the pin. I very much doubt that, unless they're trying to get the United States title onto one of the three members, which I'm assuming would be Bobby Lashley.
Safe assumption.
Unless that is what's going down, Legado del Fantasma can just eat pins all day, every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and nobody's gonna give a shit. So yeah, I see Bobby Lashley's team winning here. Because they're coming back as a new stable. I think they're a really cool stable. I loved the original Hurt Business. I'm very upset that they just ended that. And the Street Profits are a very good team to put in that place. And I think they can mesh really well with Bobby Lashley as long as they don't fuck him up. And yes, if they had MVP, that'd be cool, but I think again, they can't just go back to the Hurt Business. They fucked it up already. If they can find a new manager, awesome. If not, sure, bring back MVP. I would watch that. I would like that. But for this match, I just don't care, man. I want them to win because they're new, and I think they're a stable that can go relatively far, just like the original Hurt Business.
Yes, absolutely. I have a lot of faith in the Hurt Profits. Is that what we're calling now? Hurt Profits. Trademarking it. We're gonna spend money we don't have to trademark it so that they have to buy it from us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
apparently
it's
you
more
can just
so.
trademark the Rated R Superstar. That was open for like 2 years. We could have just trademarked that.
We could have. That's crazy. Crazy that nobody picked up on that.
Tony Khan did.
No, Tony Khan did. There's actually some promise behind the Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits story. Yeah, I don't anticipate they're gonna make it the Hurt Business again, but they're gonna turn it into some successful faction. But I don't think they're trying to take it in strides because right now Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are kind of in the same area as Judgment Day was when the Bloodline was super hot. Yeah. They're like an up and coming faction that's kind of getting a little bit of momentum started. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit. But they don't want that to overtake the main faction, the main story, which is at the moment the Judgment Day. So I think a win here for the Hurt Profits would be way more meaningful and would make way more sense than to just give Latino World Order a random win for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't see a scenario where they would win. I really don't. Like I'm trying to think. Oh, they could be. They could do something screwy. Like they could do something weird, where like they pin a member of the Street Profits, and then Bobby storms off angry. But I feel like they've already kind of done that, and I think this is the time to kind of pull the trigger on this faction.
Well, yeah, and if you do that, you just risk losing any momentum that the Hurt Profits ever had.
Yeah,
So, like,
we don't want to do that.
the thing is, you know, I said it earlier, and Diamond said it in the chat. They're just gonna set up for Ray to lose the title to Lashley. Also, I saw
Yep.
your shirt,
Or
so
in
I had to go get one of my Squishmallows.
Yeah, the Nightmare Before Christmas is the greatest movie of all time because it's 2 holidays.
I have the other ones over there too. There's the Mayor, there's Zero,
No
there's
way.
yeah, I have all of them up there.
Oh my god. I didn't know you had all those Squishmallows.
Yeah, and then there's a Digimon next to a Pokemon because I'm a sinner. But
How dare
anyway,
you?
yeah, so pretty straightforward there. I think we're all just gonna go ahead and plop that down there. I think we actually spent way too much time talking about that, but whatever.
I mean, we have 5 matches to talk about. I was trying to drag it on.
Yeah, good point. We're gonna go on to Cody Rhodes and the Uso brother versus the Judgment Day. Shane, you can start off with this one because I went first on the last one, and I don't want to talk about this one first.
It's so difficult because this is one of 2 potential matches that could progress the Bloodline storyline, and we know like we're in this lull. We're in this lull right now. We have been for a while of like, oh, Bloodline storyline's hot. Okay, now it kind of stinks again. Oh, they did something. It could be good again, and then it just goes down. It's stale again. We're at that point right now where it's stale again. This is one of those matches that it could potentially set up a moment to bring that Bloodline storyline back. I just don't see it happening. Judgment Day is way too hot still. They're on top of the world. Not saying that main event Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes aren't, but both of them are being built up for major matches at WrestleMania, and this is just kind of a filler for them to stay relevant, to stay in the picture, to stay doing something until it comes time to where we build towards their Mania matches. Putting the titles on them, this is for the titles, right? Yeah, it will do nothing.
Yeah,
it
of
will do
course it
absolutely
was.
nothing except I had to double check. I was just like, wait, is it? Because sometimes they're screwy like that, where it's like, I don't know, are they? Is it a non-title match for some reason? But no, it would do absolutely nothing. It wouldn't do. It would do nothing except, oh, now they have the titles, and how are we going to get them off them? JD wins.
Yeah, so Diamond said it before I had time to speak. Thank you, Diamonds. Dominic just won his fucking title back. After less than a week of Trick Whoop, that Trick didn't even get like a good reign. He didn't get a reign. No. He got a title.
2 days.
He had like a 5-minute, not even a 5-minute, like a 2-minute celebration. Ended NXT, whatever the fuck it was called, with a nice little dap to Carmelo Hayes. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna take this shit over. And then the very next show, he loses the title to Dominic Mysterio. I believe with help from JD McDonough. But still, like,
I think so, yeah.
If they really were going to act like beyond all of I think the Bloodline storyline's done. I honestly think it's over. I think they ended it with him moving. I don't think they're gonna cross brands anytime soon. I think if they're gonna do more things, it's gonna happen later down the road, maybe towards Mania. I don't think we're really gonna have anything probably until like January, February-ish time. And then, you know, maybe we'll have some infighting there. But yeah, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso aren't winning a fucking title here. There's no way. It doesn't matter where you're heading here. If you were going to take the titles off Judgment Day, you would have kept the title off of Dominic Mysterio and made Rhea the sole champion of the group. and had some sort of dynamic there. Yeah. Everyone was happy for Trick, and then he just loses the title again with all of Judgment Day at ringside. Yes, exactly.
Great. It was great.
Something like that happened at Wrestle Dream that pissed me off too. That I wanted to talk about. What match was that?
Hmm.
Fuck, man. Let me 1 second. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna look up the Wrestle Dream card because I was very upset about it, and we didn't get to talk about it because all of us were busy for the day that we were supposed to start Newsday. So
Insert the elevator music while we're waiting for Matt to find out this information. Speaking of Rhea, I guess she is the Roman of the women's division with barely defending her title. Well, yeah, of course, because there's nobody to really face her right now. I mean, you got Nia Jax coming up that could face her for the title, but obviously nobody wants to see that. It's going to happen regardless of whether we want to see it or not. But that's probably going to be her next opponent for the title, and nobody's going to enjoy it. Not to say that it's kind of been similar for Roman, actually. A lot of his opponents have been the same way. Like, oh, cool, I mean, aside from like Sammy and Cody, all of his opponents have been like, I don't want to see this match. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good comparison. Rhea
okay, so yeah,
Ripley is the Roman of women's division.
maybe it wasn't Wrestle Dream. Something pissed me off
No,
recently in wrestling. I can't fucking remember now because we didn't talk about it, but whatever. Um, yeah, Nia Jax can leave. Anyway, but yeah, that was a pretty simple one. Let's move on to sure. Asuka, Io, Sky, and Charlotte Flair, in my opinion,
yay,
will probably be match of the night just because of how talented these people are.
probably.
The only other really real option I see is the Cody Rhodes match because they're talented. I mean, shit. And obviously Seth and Shinsuke. It depends on where they go with Shinsuke. So I'm not going to put that up as a contender yet until I see the match.
Right.
Because they could easily just pull an AJ Styles again, where he punches him in the nuts and that's the game over. Oh, yeah, NXT No Mercy, Carmelo and Ilya Dragunov was a fucking battle.
I need to go watch No Mercy. I think I'll do that tonight.
And my fucking boy, Ilya Dragunov, coming off on top. Fuck y'all. I've been going for Ilya forever. I voted for him in NXT UK. I would have voted it for him if I remembered that No Mercy was happening and we did a prediction stream for it.
No, I remember you were on his boat back when he was battling at the
Gunther.
time Walter,
Yeah.
now Gunther, for the UK title.
Well, he had a match with Pete Dunne, and that's when I discovered him, and I was like, God damn, dude, I love this guy. And then he was moving into the NXT UK title picture, and I was like, dude, I want him to win this fucking title. Like, he's the one to take down Walter. And honestly, if they had him come to the main roster, they can't now. I think he needs a good run with the NXT title belt. But if they had him come in and wreck shop and then take out Gunther for the title, I would love every second of it. But Shane, you are up on this match, I believe. I just did. Yeah, I did the Cody Rhodes match. So yeah, you're up.
Okay. This is a tough one, in all honesty.
So far we have Kenny and Patrick on Charlotte Flair.
And I was honestly going to pick Charlotte Flair for the memes if it weren't for the fact that those two already picked her. So I'm not going to pick her for the memes anymore. Because, I mean, I think that would be hilarious if Charlotte Flair did win. It's obviously possible. It's a triple threat. Anything can happen. Charlotte Flair could very well win. They still have to put the title on her at least a few more times to tie her father's record for amount of championship reigns.
I think 2 to pass him.
Who to pass him? Oh boy.
I think so.
She's getting up there.
2 or 3. Yeah.
That's a toughie, but I don't think it's gonna happen yet. Io Sky's got some momentum. Obviously, title reigns. The length of title reigns mean nothing since we were just talking about Trick Williams dropping the title after 2 days. But I still feel like this is this is Io Sky's time. I think she still holds the title for at least a little bit longer, maybe up until Rumble when they put it on somebody else to build up something for WrestleMania, unless they just ride with it and they really have that much faith in Io Sky that they think she can put on a headlining match at WrestleMania. I just don't see that happening yet. It's possible. But yeah, I don't think Fastlane is where she drops this. Maybe Rumble, depending on where she is at the time.
Yeah. So, for me, Diamond's just brought it up. We have a wild card here. We have a Jade Cargill who has just been signed to WWE.
Right.
He has the same idea as me. Who does WWE want to put in a match with Jade Cargill at the next pay-per-view? That's Charlotte Flair. The answer is Charlotte Flair.
Of course. Makes sense.
I hate this. I hate voting for Charlotte Flair. I always do. I don't want her to win, even if it gives me a point. I don't give a fuck. I don't want her to win at all. Io Sky deserves to keep this title, absolutely. Asuka also deserves to win this title. Her title run was not long enough, in my opinion. And I'm the guy who doesn't like long title reigns, but I wanted her to have it just a little bit longer.
Yep.
But losing it to Io Sky, that's absolutely fine. She's a great contender for it. But, yes, if you're going to have a pay-per-view in next month, Jade Cargill debuts tomorrow. Mr. Wayne mentioned it. She is slated, per insiders and shit like that on Twitter, to be at Fastlane and to debut at Fastlane. This is the only women's match. And in my opinion, what they have always done with Charlotte Flair, a little bit more with Sasha Banks, they'll give her the title and then they'll take it off of her as soon as they can so that they can give it to her again later. I think what they do is they have Charlotte Flair win right here and they hot potato it to Jade Cargill next pay-per-view. I think Jade Cargill wins the title next month. I don't think they're going to.
Unfortunate because I was going to say it's unfortunate because Jade Cargill and Charlotte doesn't need the title to be great, but you know they're going to put the title in there because they think that it would need it.
No, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but look at Roman Reigns and The Rock. Does that need a title? Not at all. Did The Rock and John Cena need a title 3 times? No. But they did it. But I think in WWE's mind, Charlotte Flair is the pinnacle of women's wrestling right now. I don't know why. I think she's great. She's a great performer. But just having the Flair name doesn't make me want to watch your matches.
Nope.
And Jade Cargill versus Asuka, I think, would be phenomenal. Jade Cargill versus Io Sky, I think, would be phenomenal. Especially since Io Sky is I don't want to say more green, but more green than Asuka and Charlotte Flair. And Jade Cargill's still relatively new to wrestling. From what I've read, she didn't wrestle until she went to AEW. She trained to go to AEW. That was it. So, having those two together, two magnificent learners who have just learned how to wrestle in the last 3 or 4 years. Well, Io probably did it forever. I believe she was in Stardom. But more green in WWE. Sounds like a good match, but no, they're gonna do Charlotte and Jade Cargill. I have no doubts in my mind.
Yep. It's gonna be great.
While talking about this, there's a tag team match going on with these 3 women. Of course there is, because they do the whole can they coexist thing before the match.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay, SmackDown.
So, oddly enough, Shane... Oh, we're not done. We're not.
Nope.
We're going
almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this will be a good match. I believe Shane went first on that last one because I just ended it. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good match. John Cena is always fun to see. His entrance is always fun to watch. I never hate a John Cena match. I enjoy them. You can say whatever you want about it. I like John Cena. I'm not going to. I've been watching him since I was fucking like 12. I'm gonna like John Cena. But
Yeah.
again, but also being with LA Knight, like he's one of my favorite wrestlers right now. He's one of the best promos in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it's just it's weird because it is against two members of the bloodline. I am a little conflicted on that. And this would be the moment to prove to Roman that you can stick around Jimmy pinning LA Knight or Jimmy pinning John Cena. Like that's a huge fucking deal. This is actually a pretty difficult one to predict because it really depends on where you think they're going to head with LA Knight. Are they going to push him to the moon or are they going to keep him on that mid level where people love him but like the Rusev Day level? Are they going to keep him there? And I think with John Cena is really the one that throws a knife in it. John Cena can eat a pin. Doesn't matter.
Right, especially now that the writer strike is pretty much done.
Exactly.
You know,
The writer's
how much
strike is
longer is he gonna be?
over. I don't know what
How
matches
much longer is he gonna be on?
I don't know if he has movies to go back to. I don't know if he has another fucking season of Peacemaker. You know, I didn't do this at Wrestle Dream. That's you. That's not me. I didn't do this at Wrestle Dream, but I'm going to go ahead and join up with the crowd, and I'll just say John Cena and LA Knight. It's what I want. I just don't know if that's the answer. Really quick, we did have people saying a lot actually during that. This is the one I'm excited to see. Yes, Diamonds, absolutely. Should be Jade versus Rhea at Mania. I mean, it would be phenomenal. She's supposed to be on Raw. I will give you that. So if that match doesn't go to Charlotte Flair, then yeah, it'll most likely be Rhea and Jade Cargill at Mania.
My God.
Knight pins Jimmy and it causes conflict with Roman showing up next Friday. I would say that too, but the thing is, there's already conflict. There's been conflict for the last like 6 months. Do you really need to add anything else? Like, he kicked him in the face. Also, John Cena has lost the past few pay-per-views he's been in. Yes, he's pulling Chris Jericho. He's just putting newer people over. There's no reason to win matches anymore when you're already the biggest star I believe WWE's ever had. And as long as he doesn't say any controversial shit in the next like 50 years, he's going to be better than Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's already better than Hulk Hogan. But if Hulk Hogan never said all the shit he did, he would be better than John Cena. But he said all that shit, so he sucks. Anyway, Shane, take it away. What do you want to say about this match?
Taking it away. All right. Well, we've got the Hollywood superstar John Cena and the megastar LA Knight teaming up. I could not be more excited about that. And on the other side of things, as we talked about, it's back to what I was talking about earlier, the bloodline. We're currently at the bottom of this wave where things are stale. Are things going to start getting interesting here? What if Jimmy and Solo maybe picked up this win here and something weird happens with maybe Jay gets involved, something weird, the wave starts going back up again to where the bloodline storyline's interesting. No, that's not going to happen. LA Knight is indeed going to get the pin here. I think he is going to pin Jimmy. Mr. Wayne actually took the words right out of my mouth, as a matter of fact, in the chat. I think Knight, or I don't think it's going to be Cena, but I think it'll be LA Knight, is going to pin Jimmy. Roman is, it doesn't need the conflict. The conflict's already there. But this is going to cause even more conflict and a rift between Jimmy and Roman. And Bloodline storyline is going to continue on from there. It's going to somehow keep carrying on until WrestleMania or prior, like or die before WrestleMania. So they got to keep it going somehow. And how do you keep that going? By not letting them win. So I think that's what's going to happen. LA Knight, he recently signed a big contract with WWE, so they're shooting him to the moon here pretty soon. This could be a good jumping point for him to maybe not get to a world title picture, but maybe a mid card or somewhere along those lines. Maybe another good rivalry. Maybe he just gets involved with the Bloodline somehow, like in the Bloodline storyline. I don't know. But I think they need to win more than Bloodline needs a win here to somehow progress the story.
Yeah, there's just not enough room in the main title picture right now.
No.
So like these mid card titles are really going to be what they're chasing for quite a while. And you know, with that promo that LA Knight pulled off, saying that he was going to go for gold, he deserves gold, and I think they'll give him gold sooner rather than later. Matter of fact, who is the current Intercontinental Champion? Gunther.
It's Gunther.
Exactly. So because Ilya Dragunov is the one I would love to do it, but that's going to be a long ass time. I think LA Knight. It wasn't a legitimate question, you guys. It was. Everyone's answering me that it's Gunther. So, LA Knight taking out Gunther would blast him to the moon really quickly. And as long, because the Intercontinental title has taken such a big uptick in interest in the last however long he's had this fucking belt.
Yep.
That if you keep that interest by putting it on LA Knight and have him hold it for however many fucking days, it could really work out well. And I think they could really do that with LA Knight while they get all of this world title, all of this bullshit over with. As soon as Roman loses the belt, then it's back up in the air. That belt is back in the air. We know that new people can come in and take that. But yeah, Dragunov wins it, then Knight pulls it off of Dragunov. Sure, have him vacate the title next week. Ilya Dragunov's going to vacate his title next week, come to the Royal Rumble, and challenge Gunther.
Sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, not soon, but Ilya Dragunov can pull it off of... Well, that's the thing. I want Gunther... Like, Gunther's done. He reached the day that he needed to reach. I'm good. He can lose it now. Not that I don't like his matches. His matches are fantastic. But anyway, Shane, we're going to head on to most likely the main event of Fastlane. Seth Rollins
most likely
versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Cool. I had to pull up something on this match just to clarify if my prediction is going to be swayed or not.
What are you pulling up?
How long Seth Rollins has held the title for?
Oh, that doesn't matter to me at all. I'm going to make this one really quick and easy. I'm going with Shinsuke. Because anytime Shinsuke has ever been in a world title match, I have voted for him. Because I want that for him. Every single time.
Every time.
I don't care who he's facing. But yeah, Seth Rollins, he's had a run. He's good. Good guy. Fuck this belt. I don't care about this belt. Give it to Shinsuke. Shinsuke has had phenomenal promos. The Japanese promos where he's subtitled are fantastic. He's coming off as a great heel. Let him continue with that momentum and just push forward with it. Seth Rollins can leave and come back with another gimmick. And he's the Chris Jericho of WWE. He's the gimmick king. And I love every gimmick he has. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to give it to Shinsuke because that's what I want. Really simple, really short, really easy. Shane, go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, for anybody that is curious on how long Seth's held the title for, tomorrow, pay-per-view day, it will be 133 days that he's held the title for.
Long enough.
It's a pretty decent reign. It's a pretty good size reign right there, if you ask me. I think for Seth Rollins' case, I think that's long enough. I think it's time to pull the trigger on Shinsuke Nakamura. They have built him up pretty good. He's not nearly on the level of Seth Rollins. I don't think anybody is on the level of Seth Rollins, except obviously Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are the only other two that come to mind. But Shinsuke's character change, his current heel character, is probably the best character he's had in his WWE run by far. And I love it. I'm loving every bit of it. It feels natural. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like Shinsuke is actually enjoying his character right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's gonna be a time for Shinsuke to pick up this belt, it would be now. Now it's also scary because there's still the possibility of Damian Priest looming around that could ruin this moment. And I don't think they would if Shinsuke won,
Yeah.
but you can't help but think there's the possibility of, okay, well, Shinsuke loses, Damian cashes in, and then Shinsuke is cast to the wayside.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do that. I hope they don't do that because this is, like I said, the best Shinsuke we've ever had in WWE. So he needs to stay relevant, and in order to stay relevant, he needs this title. Now's the time to do it. If they don't do it, it's all to waste.
And the thing is Shinsuke was a good heel when he was a heel the first time. When he got the new music, when he came out, and he was facing AJ Styles and stuff. The matches were great. And then they fucked it. They fucked it with nut shots.
So bad.
So
everything was about nut shots.
Shinsuke Nakamura has always been a great heel. I believe he was a heel in New Japan a couple times. But
oh yeah.
Either way, he's a great character. I think Vince McMahon was not high on him because of the Japanese thing. He doesn't speak English that well. Who fucking cares? We watch it on TV. Put subtitles on. There are so many people who can translate from Japanese to English if you want to give him a manager. Do something to make sure that this guy gets on top because his athletic ability is worth it as a top guy.
Absolutely.
But as you said, and Mr. Wayne brought up, I am very worried that they are just going to do something with Priest here. I'm not 100% sure if this is even the time. Like, Fastlane, the card sucks.
Yeah.
I don't really think a lot of people are going to watch. Hold it off till the Rumble or just something bigger. This pay-per-view just sucks. And this way you can give it to Shinsuke, have him like a one pay-per-view run at least, and then give it to Priest. Don't give it to him tomorrow on Fastlane after Priest has also already had a match. Like, no. I'm voting for Shinsuke because I like Shinsuke Nakamura. And I want him to win titles and be a champion and not just be thrown to the wayside like he has been for the last like 5 or 6 years.
Exactly.
But yeah, so with that is our predictions for WWE Fastlane. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we're also going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever the fuck, wherever the hell you get stuff from. Go ahead and follow Shane over at ChefSwag06. I believe you guys already know him. Wayne and Diamonds already know him. You can follow me at the Ghastly Gengar. I will be starting up streaming personally soon. I don't know when. I've been taking a break, but yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a pay-per-view. I'm happy we don't have to pay $50 fucking for it.
That's the only reason I'm going to be watching.
Yeah, if it wasn't on Peacock, we wouldn't be doing a live watch party. Not gonna lie, I would not pay for this at all, even if it was like $30.
Nope.
Not even in the slightest. Shane, you have any last words about WWE lane to the fast that is the fast lane to Royal Rumble, apparently?
We are on the fast lane to the Royal Rumble. Yeah, no, it still feels weird. Just mainly because the whole reason they made this pay per view was because it was supposed to be the fast lane to WrestleMania, and now here we are in October talking about the fast lane to somewhere. Actually, I think the next pay per view is the next big pay per view Survivor Series. So I guess this would technically be the fast lane to Survivor Series where CM Punk is gonna show up. Spoiler alert. That's all I gotta
CM
say.
Punk series you're talking about? You're talking about CM Punk series?
Right, right, exactly.
But yeah, again, thank you guys very much for being here. Watch on YouTube, all that stuff, follow people, do things, be nice to each other, and just have a wonderful day.
Very, very tight.